challenges, to hear about your opportunities.
Our students, the keynote speaker mentioned Big Brother Nigeria winning 10 million naira. And I don't know how many of you students here will be children's teachers. So every year, each of these they run conference. Every year, a particular zone is awarded the prize. So we want you to write. We want you, boys and girls, to aspire to write well to win this prize. It beats the Big Brother Nigeria 4 times. It's this year is 40 million naira, $100,000. And any of you can win it. Just keep writing. This tells you that the literary is still in growth. If you are a writer, whether you are writing or this young man I mentioned, Ibrahim, who won in 2016, he writes for Daily Trust. I think a newspaper in the north. So those of you studying mass communication or English, you can win this prize. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that piece of advice. You know why they started thinking that you mentioned 40 million naira? Because Big Brother Nigeria is actually 90 million. But are you going for Big Brother Nigeria? Okay. Now let's start. Please, maximum attention is required. First of all, we'd like to hear each of the discussants. What we want to hear now is give us a summary of how you came, saw, and conquered. Because we are all conquerors. How you came, saw, and conquered. We just want to motivate the upcoming media experts. So maybe I will start from that end. So let me start with our worthy alumnus. Yes.
Great Unizik. I can't remember the name. Great guys. It's a great pleasure to be with you this afternoon. And like I was saying, our head of the family and our mother on the table, I said, it's like a great homecoming for me. I think about my machine number 98821 wrong. I've never forgotten it. And I learned from, I tapped from great wealth. And one of the wealth from our professor here. I was fortunate to learn from her at her feet, and it's been a journey. What I'm going to tell you is this: it's a different ball game outside. It is not what you see here that is going to be outside. So you have to be well prepared. I had great dreams. I had visions about what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a broadcaster. I also wanted to be a banker. Because of this larger than life, picture we have in our head, and I'm sure most of you have the same vision, But the truth is this: that bubble will be busted once you get outside. It was I had now my first baptism of fire when after my youth service I served in the Edo State House of Assembly in the press unit. And when I finished, I realized that it was not difficult for me to get a job. I had to go into business. But at the time, I realized this is not what I want to do. I just need to go. I had to go to Lagos. And I got a referral, to go and meet Mr. Antonio Nima at the time. He was my former MD. And he asked me, he said, have you ever reported before? I said, no. What do you know about news writing? I said, nothing. In as much as I've learned theoretically, but I just realized, just walking briefly in the press unit, I realized it was just something different entirely. And they took me on as a freelance journalist. I was disappointed because actually I thought I was going to, hit it big immediately, become a reporter, if they ask me who I knew. At the time I was Tessie Okoye, and I was saying I'm Tessie Okoye, a reporter with some newspaper. But when I was thinking as a freelance journalist, I felt frustrated. But because I was determined to make it, the TV. And it was one that after the report I had to go no for some time. What I'm saying in essence is this: for you to be an outstanding journalist, you have to make sacrifices. For you to be an outstanding journalist, you have to be intentional about what you want. You have to be definite about what you want. You just have to stand out, have a reach for yourself. It's easy. I don't know how many of you are going to graduate at one particular point in time. This year, let me be specific. But let me put it that you are going to be like 100. If 100 of you enter the employment market, you know what it is. And the space that, like one of the resource persons was saying, the space is shrinking. The job market is saturated. There are no jobs outside. So you have to just also go out, think outside the box, to be able to function as a journalist. So what I'm going to end with this is this: be deliberate and be intentional about what you want as a journalist. And the sky cannot hold you down. Thank you.
But I'd like to let you know that I wasn't scheduled for the organization. I was creating the rungs on the ladder that took me to the top. Because many a time, God's grace accompanies the person who works hard. Number two is you have started well. You have education. Many people don't have the education we have. And you have under the tutelage, guidance of renowned scholars, people who can be your mentors and will come to life. So you acquire education, or you acquire education as the card is said, and people told you. What education does, university education, is to prepare you, to give you the confidence, to give you the knowledge that you can, when God created the world, He said you should move it, and then other thing there is gave up. This is what university education does. That is why, in the banking sector at the time, most of the managers that does it, people study that mathematics or physics or engineering, not people in banking. For you as students of master of interrelated discipline, mass communication equips you if you want to run a career in university or related field. Today the field has expanded, has grown. So when we talk about, taking advantage of opportunities emerging opportunities in the media and communication, what it means is that you've gone beyond what you were restricted to. At my own time when we started, it was the print journalism and the electronic journalism. So you were either doing radio, or you were doing newspaper, or you were doing television. Of course, you could be in public relations. Today, the instruments, the platforms available to you for harnessing all these potentials are so enormous, especially with the advent of the social media. So you have the opportunity, whether you want to be in content development, or you want to be in speech writing, or you want to be in copywriting, or you want to be in marketing, the platforms are there. But for you to harness the platform, you need to equip yourself through further as the speaker said. In other words, you need to know how to manipulate the little gadgets and instruments in a positive manner. Giving like that is wonderful. There's only one person wins. But in the world of the opportunities created by Twitter, by Facebook, by Instagram, by all the platforms that you can take advantage of to push yourself to the market and to make legitimate living, you have much more than people in Nigeria get in the urban space. So take advantage of it, but you need to work. The other point which I benefited from was that I have mentors. Who is a mentor? A mentor is somebody who provides a sponsor, a guide, a role model. And you have them here. You have the professor. Your mentor may be some active or to be passive. An active mentor is somebody that you can relate with, you can see. Like Professor Kumba, like other people. A passive mentor isn't P.O.B., the former governor. I mean, at the time, I didn't really have to study him because we related. And if you get close to his own way of life, you are likely to make it. But it could be Nelson Mandela. It could be Dr. Kennedy. It could be Mother Teresa. These are iconic elements God has used to show us that if you have the courage, you can move. Role models are pathfinders. Of course, the other...
To use the common Nigerian language, I stand on all existing protocols. But why I'm standing on all existing protocols, if I don't recognize Professor Stella Okunma, somebody should better spank me. So I recognize her in a special way. She's our mommy here. She inspires everybody. She encourages everybody to achieve his goal. And once we achieve anything, she rejoices with you. That's Professor Okunma for you. So I thank everybody here. I've noticed that all the speakers are sharing their experiences. I think I have to align with them and share my own experience. I came into the journalistic world by accident. I was not trained a journalist. But journalism has taken the better part of me. 90% of what I am today is because of my marriage to journalism. Let me start with an ancient saying. I'll put it in its original Latin form. Defenders gladio, tu es defendam calamo. Defenders gladio, tu es defendam calamo. This was a saying a young tyrant said to a young writer hundreds of years ago. I've forgotten the name of the person that said it. And they trust the Lagos state government. I was being published every week then, opinion page. So I wrote another article. Still on, I still remember the title, Still on ASU Crisis, and it was published. So when I got back to school, I saw my name all over the notice board that the dean wanted to see me. So I went to the office of the dean. Because this time I wrote, it will be, the conclusion will be, Val Obianyam is of the Faculty of Law, Lagos State University. So, but nobody knew whether I was a sweeper in the faculty, nobody knew whether I was a student, nobody knew whether I was a lecturer. So the governor of Lagos assumed I was a lecturer. So when I went back to school, I went to meet our dean, Professor Irukun. So when I got into his office, he said I should sit down. He said, I wrote 2 articles against Lagos state government in support of FASU. So he told me, well, I have gone through your article, but I didn't see that the VC actually called him to discipline me. That the VC himself thought I was a lecturer. That the VC called him to warn me that I should stop writing on the sitting down with undergraduates. Perhaps you may not realize what is happening in your lives today. You may not know, but in future you will look back and say, if not because of this program, I would not have acquired this experience. So I would just encourage you to take programs such as this seriously because of the impact it will have in your lives. I was listening to the guest speaker when he was speaking. He said that some are here just to observe things, some are here just to champion those things. Why did you continue allowing my articles to be published every Sunday? The man told me, once you write well, I don't have any, all I need is the people that write well. And that was my first time of meeting him. I told him I was surprised. Even without the cost of meeting you for the first time, the articles were being published every Sunday. So I encourage you to listen to people like him, listen to all the experienced journalists here. I'm sure Professor Ogunna will speak. When he speaks, listen to him. Prof. Ademora has spoken. I don't think people know him very well. When you mention literature in this country, when you mention 4 or 5 names in literature in this country, if you meet her name, then you have to start from beginning. His prof's elder sister. And then Uche Nwora has a wealth of experience. I'm sure you've been getting snippets from what he has been saying. So all in all, I encourage you to be attentive. I encourage you to keep it up. And once you do so, the sky is your limit. Thank you.
Be able to give out more meal tickets, okay? But let's appreciate him for that. So the next prize will go to, I'm the co-chairman of the event, and I want you guys to go home with at least some value. Is there any published writer in a newspaper in this room? Have you ever written an article that has been published in your school journal, in a newspaper, in anywhere? Because that's what he said. He started publishing when he was in the university. So that's part of the learning. Is there anybody? No, I'll ask for evidence. I'll ask for evidence. If you know you are a published author in this room, how many of you? No. I can only take one person. The first person to get here. Okay, 2 people. We'll take 2 people. Okay, what will happen is that Kenneth, where is Kenneth? Kenneth, you give your numbers to Kenneth and then bring your publications.
Good afternoon. I salute all of us. But first of all, your parents brought you here to read. So you must read and achieve your target and achieve that aim. And some of it, I heard that this Unizik recently set up a committee to look into some of these cases of female harassment and so on and so forth. Yes, it is good. Some men do it, get away with it. Some men do it, and I'm sure it may catch up on them. So you be careful, because a girl is in your classroom, or you have something to do for a girl, you must ask for whatever you want to ask, even with impunity. They will say, okay, you go and hire a hotel, and then pay, then invite me. What nonsense. Just to get education. Let the person have whatever he wants to have. The education, let him have it. Let the girl have it. But don't victimize people unnecessarily. Let me say this, please. And remember that when you're doing that type of thing, tomorrow you have your own kids if you don't have them. And they will work under somebody. In some offices, it's like that too. It's like that too. Before somebody employs you, you sleep with that person. It's not a must, you shouldn't. You must it. If you want it, okay. But you don't need it. You don't need it. If you have that knowledge, know what you're doing. I'm sure you must get to wherever you are. I work at the ABS, I work in the ABS and also a unionist. You understand me? From ABS I went to Deputy Governor's office as we call it Chief Press Secretary or PA, Media and Publicity. Why? Probably somebody saw something good in me, not because I had to. If you work hard, you will have openings. Then I had 2 opportunities there. There was a new MD in ABS then, and I was with the Deputy Governor. And not yet, I was there as a reporter. So what happened? The MD came to at that office where I said, please, I was sitting there as a reporter. I said, please, can you be my PRO? I told him, please, there's something else they want to do here. I had two beautiful choices at the time, but I chose that place because I prefer that it was better. So whatever you are doing, don't allow people to chicken you. Continue to work hard. I also heard that some women, yes, some maybe lecturers victimize some boys. I don't know whether it's true or not. But whichever, please, we don't allow it. We don't want it. Some employers too. You go to pester the man. That some of these guys, because some employees too, go to pester the man so that you can get what you want. It's not enough. You can even sleep with you and don't give it to you. And don't give you the job. So do the right thing at the right time. So anyway, let me stop here. But what I want to tell you is this. What I tell you is this. Have the knowledge, but remember that God comes first. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We need to be...
Sorry, we just need to keep to 5 minutes per speaker because the day is fast wearing on. So, do we continue with our prize giving or should we go to the next speaker? Okay. Between going to eat buffet at Chibu's and getting a book as a prize, which one do you want? So, you don't want to read? You guys don't like reading? Okay, listen. Now, I need somebody, just one person. And this person will be a woman to woman, to please come out and summarize for us in 1 minute what you've learned from Monigo Kechubu's presentation. One person, you sitting at the front. So just tell me, she talked about her career. What are the key qualities? She talked about getting on in life and a career. She also talked about a whole lot of other things. Just tell us what are the key things you learned. Come out. Quickly. Your name, your department, the year and all that. Quickly.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Izainka Ijoma, a 300 level student of the Department of Mass Communication. And I got to learn a lot from our beautiful mother River here. She talked about how she started her career, how it was not all rosy at the beginning, but due to the fact that she knew what she wanted and she was determined, she didn't allow people to intimidate her. She knew that she had potentials in her, and as such, she was steadfast. So what I learned from her is that as long as I know what I can do, all I have to do is believe in myself, because for me to let people see what I have to see that I have this thing, and then I can showcase it to the world. So I said, if I want to really prosper in the field of journalism, I need to believe in myself that I can be a good writer and a good reporter, and whatever media firm I go into, definitely they will accept me.
Get it, wait. Right, I mean. If you'll be, is she here? Manager at Unizik FM. Does this girl work in Unizik FM? No, you work in Unizik FM. No, she should work in Unizik FM. I mean, you can see presentation A, confidence A, speech A. If you'll be, where is if you'll be now? Employ her. No. If I'm always reading your stuff.
Hello. Can we talk? I'm told to tell my story, and I have 5 minutes to tell my story. But I beg MD to add just a few minutes, because my story is a story of 30 years. I'm not a young journalist. I've cut my teeth. Ordinarily, they call me Ken Eseni. And that is, the person standing before you here is that famous Ken Eseni of Minaj Televisions then. That is the person that covered if you were born then, you will hear they continue firing us no way. That is the person that covered how many people is involved. Did you dare? Those were promos that made Minaj what it was. We were daring. We cut our teeth. We had a challenge. We were the first and we wanted to make it. I come from a not rich background, but my parents were quite educated. And they wanted me to have the best. The first son, but not the first child. They wanted me to be a lawyer, like Hema Ago, my big brother. He stumbled into journalism. Val has been a very great friend. We all started far back at ABGA, then those days. I went to this recruitment and I applied. And I was employed the first news reporter. There were people already working on the cable channel, but when they started recruiting for the television to take off, I was employed as a reporter from BCA. That's how I moved over to Minaj. That was 1994. Between 1994 through to 1998, we had our stints of reportage. That's when I met Professor Stella the first time as resource persons, because some of us feasted at Nnamdi Azikiwe University to get our resource persons. And I will tell you people at the end of my comments why you need to do that. Then Okupoli was another. But things worked out for me. And by 1998 or thereabout, my mentor, and I thank him so much, Mr. Man Odogu, you all know him. Mr. Man Odogu had retired from APS and joined Minaj. But he is a great man. He really wanted to bring some of us up, and he did. I applied for there was a publication then for an award on the Reuters Fellowship. I applied and I secured that fellowship. It was an all expenses paid, and that's how I found myself at the Cardiff University, Wales. Like I said, I didn't study mass comm, so I had to go to Wales to study broadcast journalism, purely broadcast journalism. That was, I think, that was the year Carl was joining Minaj. Yes, that's when I met Carl, but just a few months before I left. I came back from Wales because of the terms of my contract to continue my service with Minaj, and I was moved over to Abuja as the bureau chief of Minaj Broadcast International at Abuja. I was the bureau chief, but I covered the National Assembly and became the first chairman of the Senate Press Corps. These things are significant because I had a focus, and I've always had a focus. As I was seated on the table there and down here, I've still been working. We do it every morning, every afternoon, and every night. We work. As bureau chief of in the Southeast region, you are meant to supervise operatives in the 5 states of the region, and you have to be in the field. A few weeks back, I was in the field at Oka here, covering primaries of the political parties, myself in the field. So you don't retire. You can see where Emmanuel is still going. You don't retire. It's a passion. And you must not look for what they call a successful journalist. There is no successful journalist in my own opinion. If success is measured by the kind of cars, houses, or property they own, for me, it is not being successful in the industry. It is a selfless service. And of course, we say it's a thankless job. Very, very thankless. It is only when you are getting it right that they will applaud you. The day you stumble, nobody remembers you. Let me say that one thing I want you people to take away, because I've been given that my time is up, is that at the core of my journey so far is discipline. If you want to be a good journalist, please, you must be disciplined. Discipline in everything. Discipline in your time. And I want to give you a very little example. In AIT, our news time is 1 minute 30 seconds. 1 minute 30 seconds. Maximum 2 minutes. This event that has happened here, all the things the camera people have been taking is only 2 minutes. But as a reporter, you might be crumbling. How can I make it in 2 minutes? With discipline, you tell your story, because that is why you are a reporter. That is why you are a reporter. There is no story you cannot tell in 2 minutes. If you want anything extra, you do what we call special report. Now, these are practical things that I want to tell you. Another thing you must get is that you must be prepared to continue updating and upgrading yourself. If you don't do it, you will not be anywhere. Some of us are multimedia, multitasking, and multi-talented. Let me tell you, as I stand here, I can grab that camera from him and start taking my shots. I'll go and edit myself. I write my script. I do. In the confidence that he knows that I will not misquote him, Val will talk to you. You have to build a network. You have to be dedicated. You have to be hard work. There are other things that we would have taught as practical journalists, but the time is not there. I wish you all the best. I think we will be interfacing from time to time, and when I have the opportunity to talk to you, I'll give you what it takes to be in a newsroom. Newsroom.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Luckily, he's very close to us.
Okay, and what exactly was going on?
He said it was.
The impression I learned when I was studying mass communication, or rather communication analysis, anytime you have opportunity to speak, you do what is called established presence. And what that means is your name, your department. So that's how you establish presence. So learn that today. Don't just come and say, he said what? Okay, go and start there.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandra Semota, a mass communication student of this great university. He said he was a sub-editor.
Thank you, the MD CEO of India, for your large attentiveness. Thank you very much. Now let me come to another worthy alumnus of this great department. The man that brought Mr. Jikato 16 years ago. Von Wadukwe, head of New Media Unit, Coast City FM. Create programs that never existed in the ABS. Why? When I came, a lot of things were stereotyped, but I wanted to be different. I wanted to do something that wasn't done before.
So he gave me the opportunity and said, if you mess it up, you will not have another opportunity. And that's how Life on Campus was born. Eventually, I created another program, Youth Perspective. And there was another third one, I can't remember the name now. Henry here, your lecturer, was part of that process. That continued until I left Oka in 2005, found myself in Benue State, had a working experience at Radio Benue, moved down to Enugu in 2007, and since then I've been in the service of Radio Nigeria. But there's something very important in my journey that I want you to know. I started very early. Sometimes we wait for graduation, youth service, and then you think there's a job waiting for you somewhere. That job may be there, that job may not be there, but if you start early, you create a platform for yourself and others will begin to seek you out. Because I was a student, I couldn't be employed in the ABS as a regular staff. So I was what they refer to as an artist. But that also gave me the training I needed outside the classroom. Because the classroom is entirely different from what you meet on the field. So you need to understand that if you start now, today, all these men and the ladies that you see here are here to inspire you to take a step and not just to listen to the story and go away and do nothing with it. You can start now. Maybe you'll be wondering, what would you start with? I'll tell you what you can start with. Mass communication department, or mass communication as a field of study, is the largest field of study that I know of, with the largest scheme of potentials. I don't know if you are aware that the NUC have unbundled your department. Are you aware of that? About 7 new departments were created for mass communication, and probably going forward, nobody will sit for JAMB and choose mass communication as a course. It means that mass communication is too vast to be compressed into just one course. So you now that have the opportunity of having had knowledge that was compressed could expand into many different things that you can do for yourself. Mass communication can create a lot of job opportunities that most of you don't know are there. How many of you have heard of the term media convergence? Good. It means you can be all in one, right? My sister Chelsea there works for Punch. Punch used to be a newspaper stand. Now you have the mobile normal radio stuff. But now we have a website, now we have an Instagram handle, now we have a Twitter handle, though the federal government has put a ban on that. Now we have a Facebook page. And there are a lot of content that people don't hear on radio that they get to see on these other platforms. But that unit came and I got that position because I have the ability to put this content, to translate this content from normal audio that people listen to what they can see on social media. So you too can become creative today. You too can become different today. Challenge the status quo. There are no rules about what is happening today. If you think those theories of the past still obtain today, they don't anymore. Once you start creating your own content and you are unique and people find it interesting, you will have followers, you have subscribers, and you start making money. The only person who people celebrate are someone who is famous or rich, or maybe if you are dead, then you become very popular, depending on how you die. So if you're waiting for people to make you popular, nobody will make you popular. Make yourself popular, make yourself famous. Make yourself different from what it takes, and the sky will be your starting point.
The press and you get on pitch means anytime you have an opportunity in life, you only have 30 seconds or 1 minute max to do what you want to do. Do you think he has done well? Okay, just give me a book. Okay. This is the last opportunity. If you guys don't get it, then we move on. So give us your elevator pitch. That means you be at your best from the word go. Okay?
Alright, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Osoma Favour. Okay, adding to what every other person has said, it's everything about multitasking, content creation, and then one thing I picked was he started quite early to do what he wanted to do. He didn't wait to graduate to do it.
I'll give her a book. Listen, question was simple. What are the critical skills? Critical skills. Okay, you can go back. Continue.
If you give any other person an opportunity, now becomes cheating. Because the question is, so today we are riding on their platform. So let's, I would like to stand on the existing protocols. You said that I was a pioneer. That means that the first has become the last. Coming here to speak last, when indeed I was among the first set that laid the foundation that we're building on today. I believe all the students seated in this hall are mass communication students. Am I right? I want you to echo what I will say now. What a lucky student I am. Can you echo it? I want to begin on this note because I wish Professor Okuna is still with us here. I would have loved to make some records which she can confirm to you. Yes, I say what a lucky person you are as a student, because this opportunity you are being given today, I hadn't such opportunity. I hadn't such opportunity. If I had, maybe I think I am large today, maybe I will be larger than what I am today. When we enrolled in this department in 1992, there was nothing to stand on. There was nothing to learn from. It was garbage in, garbage out. We were used as experiments, as guinea pigs. But thank God we were 57 in number, like root, and about 53 of us graduated, with about 4 having one challenge or the other. They haven't said this. Out of those 53 that graduated, that 97 said, my humble self, California, I can say my name has been announced all over the world as a podcaster. If you Google National History Day on TVC, you will see that it has the high viewership in the history of Nigerian reports. Go and Google it and confirm what I've just said. And the reporter of that story is here standing before you, California. Among my peers, some call me philosopher because of my critical thinking. And I want to make a statement here. Enrolling here as a master undergraduate has not transformed you to a journalist. True of us. So your journey did not begin by just enrolling here. Your journey as a journalist begins from where you identify what you want to become, what you want to make with your certificate. The day you decide to make that decision, that is the day your journey begins. Yes, some of you are in 200 level, some are in 300 level, and some are 400 level. But as a 200 level student, I'm sure you must have enjoyed 2 or 3 vacations, isn't it? True of us? Yes, the compulsory one at the end of every semester, don't you enjoy holiday? You don't? Okay. And the one asking question on you, you didn't enjoy it? Then the question is, where did you enjoy the holiday? Because I asked you to echo what a lucky person I am. Here in this university, you have the, what do you call that FM? Huh? Yes. We had it one when I was here, but I went on to become a broadcaster. But I started my journey, I started defining what I want to become when I was in the university, when I was in this department. People said I was a pioneer editor. Yes, how did I become the pioneer editor? Because the then head of the department noticed or identified the qualities in me, the zeal, the interest I was putting into becoming a journalist, even at 200 level, without nothing. Every vacation I must go to the newspaper house, going from one newspaper house to the other, seeing where I can come, if it is come to be staying in the newsroom and be observing what they are doing. Because I was really interested in becoming a journalist. He said, the man said, well, we thank you for your interest, but we need people with 3, 4, 5 years experience. And that killed my morale. And I came out. But because I was still determined to remain in Lagos, I waited the last set of people they interviewed came out and I walked back. The man just saw me and I quickly recognized me and said, we've seen you. I said, yes, but I came here to make an offer to you. He said, which offer? I said, sir, can I work for this station 3 months free of charge? If within that 3 months I can prove I can do the job of 3, 4, 5 years experienced person, then you employ me. The man is a man, very intelligent man. We looked at the news manager there, called Momo. You know the Momo's family? We have John Momo, we have Tony Momo, we have Ahmed Momo. They are from the same family. The John Momo is owner of channels. Tony Momo, former information minister. Then the Ahmed Momo was the manager news DBN then. So the man just looked at Momo and said, can you beat this young man's confidence? And that fight. To the extent that the then head of the department called me and said, Carl, I had you led some students to VC's office. The other day I also heard that you led some students to the registrar's office. I wasn't militant because I wanted to be stubborn. I was fighting for my future, for my rights, and for the benefit of those of you that are upcoming. And today is a blessing, and I want to tell you that you must discipline yourself, you must identify what you want, because I said, and at the risk of repeating myself, that the journey to becoming a journalist did not start when you enroll, because you can enroll. I tell you, how many of us graduated? 53, but only myself and the Meka Agena of Vanguard, and myself, the broadcaster. I worked in Milan, I worked in DBN, and I think I retired in TVC before becoming an appointee of Enugu State government. So I think I've shared my wonderful experience, and if you can follow my footsteps, discipline yourself, identify what you want, and
my name is this 17-year-old boy has been calling this 16-year-old girl so 15 times. She didn't pick. So he shot for her house looking like a man who has fought in a madness war, camped down to nuclear war, stormed in a teacup. Sandra, she has been acting somehow. So his mind is embarrassed with this torn between reality and reality. Sandra says she doesn't want to pray. She doesn't want to be anymore. She doesn't want to be there. But he still never saw that thing that made him knock on the door of romance. He still never obeyed the law of lust. Peter just wants to know. Peter just wants to know what makes Soji act mature than Patricia. After that, their night out, he said that God. Peter just wants to know why his soldier stands whenever he says that Sandra is happy. But tonight seems like a perfect day. Our parents are away. You might not know the way, but anyway, let the devil go to. And so the devil gets the final say. Peter grabs her arms and shows her in those arms. Holds her firmly like an object he always desired him. Drags her like a rag doll past the sea with his friends and goes like falls into the bedroom. On the bed. He closes her laps like skin is falling. By now, Sandra is sure that this is something darker than anger. So she tries to fight to scream, but Peter is stronger. He slaps her, overpowers her, and she's thinking, when did this her lover turn into a maniac, a monster? His device stood, the food between her legs to eat for food, and he did eat. And in that moment, Peter saw, Peter knew. But it wasn't the truth. And so confusion, that shaky thing in his throat now, something new. Who is Peter? The newspapers called Peter a rapist. The radio mentioned that he was enraged. The TV kept playing video clips of Sandra's mother wailing like the world had ended. And I know some of you think Peter is the sum of the earth. Don't lie. I see it in your eye. But who is Peter? Peter is you. Peter is you. Peter is everyone who wasn't told why. Peter is that guy with a table full of unanswered questions. Peter is the guy who just wants to know the truth. Madman, he has been running crazy for too long. Peter is in chains, a truth ban. Peter is a prisoner. He'll be in jail, even though he didn't wrong. The truth will set you free.
Today. We are very privileged and honored to be in the midst of these eminent media personalities, and I'm equally honored myself because I learned a lot. So permit me to give a summary of all that you heard today. The key points. The importance of mentorship. It cannot be overemphasized. As a student, you need to have a mentor. You need to have a role model that you look up to. Is very, very important. I, for one, I have a mentor, and my mentor has been guiding me right. Then the next key point, our presentation that the presenter made, where to avail yourself as students, you need to avail yourself of the opportunities that are before you today. New media has offered a lot of opportunities, and for you to benefit from them, you have to be a multitasker. You have to know a bit of everything. You have to be a voracious reader. You have to excel in this field of journalism.